Some fears are loud. They arrive suddenly. They demand attention. They make themselves known. But some fears live quietly. They don't panic. They don't shout. They simply stay in the background of your life. And one of the quietest fears a person can carry is the fear of being unlovable. Not unwanted for a moment, not rejected once, but somehow, fundamentally not chosen. You may not think about it directly. It appears in smaller thoughts. When someone takes longer to reply and your mind searches for what you did wrong. When a connection begins to feel close and instead of comfort, you feel tension. When kindness feels surprising, as if part of you didn't expect it to last. For a long time, I didn't realize this fear existed in me. I thought I was independent, comfortable alone, low maintenance. And in many ways, I was. I learned how to solve my own problems, how to calm myself down, how not to ask for too much. From the outside, it looked like strength. But sometimes, strength forms around something more fragile. Somewhere along the way, I learned that expecting less hurts less. I remember moments when someone showed real interest in me, and instead of relaxing, I felt confused. Why me? How long will this last? What will they notice eventually? I never said these thoughts out loud, but they were there, like quietly preparing for an ending before anything had even begun. Over time, I noticed something else. I was very good at understanding others, their moods, their needs, their boundaries. But I was less practiced at letting others understand me. It felt unfamiliar to express my own needs, even small ones. So I adapted. I softened opinions. I minimized emotions. I stayed easy to be around. And silence became protection. The fear of being unlovable doesn't always come from dramatic events. Sometimes it grows quietly. Feeling different growing up. Being too sensitive. Not quite fitting. The mind creates a pattern. I must adjust to be accepted. And eventually, adjustment feels natural. There was a period when I noticed that whenever closeness deepened, I would step back internally, not leaving, just becoming slightly distant, as if part of me was observing, waiting to see if the other person would stay. Fear was trying to protect me, but protection can slowly become isolation. Something shifted when I asked myself a different question. Not, why don't people stay? But, do I allow myself to be fully present when they do? That question felt uncomfortable, because being fully present means being visible. And being visible means someone could leave after truly seeing you. But I began experimenting with small honesty, saying what I actually felt, admitting when something mattered to me, allowing someone to see uncertainty. And something surprising happened. The world didn't collapse. Sometimes people stayed. Sometimes they didn't. But I remained. And slowly, I understood something gentle. Lovability is not something you earn by being easy, quiet, or perfectly adjusted. It isn't created by performance. It exists before improvement, before confidence, before certainty. You do not become lovable after fixing yourself. You begin noticing you always were. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will feel like home. But incompatibility is not proof of defect. The fear softens when you stop asking, "How do I become lovable?" and start asking, "Where can I be real without shrinking?" There is something deeply human about wanting to be chosen, seen clearly, and stayed with anyway. That desire is not weakness. It is connection. Maybe the fear doesn't disappear completely, but it becomes quieter, more like an old echo than a present truth. What if nothing is wrong with you for wanting reassurance sometimes? What if your longing for deep connection is not neediness, but honesty? What if the parts of you that you learned to hide were never obstacles to love, only parts waiting to be understood? And what if being lovable was never a destination you had to reach, but something quietly true even in the moments you doubted it most? I wonder, have you ever been afraid that if someone truly knew you, they might not stay? And if that fear exists, what would it feel like to let someone see you just a little more anyway? I'll be here again soon. Until then, take gentle care of yourself.